Yeah, g'day, this is Corey and welcome back to the Yergs. Welcome back to the Yergs Cup build. The AR85. The Legacy build. Just another guitar that Corey can't keep fucking simple. Pretty much. Anyway, I got blue binding, which was the plan as soon as this whole guitar concept came into my mind. I'm going to get blue binding for the fingerboard. I want it for the body. And then the blue on the body from the resin turned out deeper than what I thought. So I went, you know what? I'll ask some people. And some smart people said, calm down, Corey. Pull your head in. That's going to be too much blue. So it's just around the fingerboard. The body and the headstock is going to get white binding, and I did white dots to keep it all in check. And yeah, I'm really excited for this build. I hadn't worked on it for ages, and today's the 27th. I just fucking checked now. No, today is the 24th, and on the 27th of November, I'm hoping to carve the neck. So, I hope I can do it. So with these dots, I see people cut them off. All you have to do is wiggle them and they break off. And then you don't have to worry about getting super glue on your little cutters and everything. So yeah, there's a handy tip. So, Chris Haddon from King Bespoke said, if you can't find your scraper or your razor blade, use a ruler. So, I use the ruler for the most part to shave down the binding because it's a little bit proud. Because when I did the channels, I didn't know how deep to go. And then with the radiusing, it made them a little bit shallower. I'm happy with the way they were. If they were a little bit shallower still, I could have got away with nibs, but I didn't. So, razor blade, radius block, and I ended up putting some walrus oil on this, and I'm really impressed. I've been struggling with clear coat lately, and I've been having stuff not bonding, and I think walrus oil is what I'm going to use from now on. So, you know what? I'm fucking happy about that because I went from True Oil. I used to use tongue oil back in the day. I made my own oil, which was the Sorg Goodness Gracious Great Balls of Fire Instrument Finishing Oil. And yeah, this was a bit sketch. I used like the little bearing thing that comes with the router, and worked out alright. And it took ages to get the binding on, so I ended up cutting a fair bit. And even this video is sped up a little bit more than the others because I didn't want it to go for too long. And I wanted to get rid of the video off my old phone because my young fella uses on the weekend and he has a habit of deleting stuff. So Friday night's always a video voiceover sort of day. So yeah, binding. I use super glue to start it, even though you mightn't see it here. I think I tried acetone to start. Yeah, I tried acetone to start off with, but to start I used super glue in the end because I had to do it a couple of times because it just wouldn't bond. And then acetone the rest of the way, kept it down finger pressure until the acetone dissolved, and then taped it down. And I have to say, everybody who said white binding Good work. You lot made a awesome decision and I'm very proud of you. So, I can't remember in other videos whether I wore the Jurgs shirt, but this was like a prototype that Mick from Mick's Guitars had a big part in helping me do. There is the walrus oil. It's like a tongue oil, it's got hemp oil in it. I actually got the furniture oil, which is a bit cheaper than the top tongue oil, and I'm happy with that. So I sanded down the binding on the headstock and ended up wet sanding the epoxy headstock veneer, and it's turned out great. Can't wait to see another thing. Which I probably will use a clear coat just on the headstock. And the rest might be walrus oil. Or maybe only I don't know. So I measured this yesterday and it was 16 in some places and then 15 in others, so ended up jamming a block of MDF that was sanded to 15mm thick and then made that little contraption. This is a truss rod cover. I was thinking about staining it, but I think a bit of natural wood there will break up. It's all blue. It's so blue. I didn't think the epoxy was going to tint it that much, because on the other attempts that I did, it had to catch the light for you to see that it was blue. But I must have mixed it up really strong. Anyhow, I ended up binding this, which I think I seen Scott from Bonehead do that first, so thanks Scott. I didn't ask whether it was okay, but it's not in the same competition, so well, I don't know what you're doing for Jurgs Cup, but my last few builds I went overboard with the binding as well. So I put the nut in to make sure that it all fit. I beveled the fret slots and then went to town fretting. Took a while because I bent the radius probably a little bit too much on the wire, but it ended up working out really good. So that's another job done today, which I'm very happy about, because I cannot wait to see how this neck looks carved. after marking the profile of the neck, I ended up sanding a lot of the resin that ended up flooding over the sides. And yeah, sanding resin doesn't smell good. But ended up getting there. For some reason I put the top, not for some reason, but I put the top on and I must have cut too close to the line with the top, or with the body I went too far past the line when I was shaping it. Because I don't really like using the router with templates, because I tend to make routers dip. Anywho, I was meant to be cleaning up with this, but then I thought, fuck it, I'll get rid of all the resin on here, so hopefully on Monday I can glue the top on again. And I'm going to call it. And I've probably spoke way too friggin' much. I've already done 2 other voiceovers before this one today, so one on a ukulele, baritone ukulele, and the other on the SAF build. Anyway, have a good weekend. Catches on Wednesday coming on the 29th. I get to see Limp Bizkit, which I never thought I'd ever see him. So I'm very excited for that. Anyway, catch you later.